My dad are total idiots. Like they can barely wipe their own butts. Listening to them will only make you dumber.
It's party time, baby.
Okay, welcome to Dolts Podcast. It is a Friday. We ain't got shit to do. It's one of those days where I have this the weekend before the holiday, Christmas, doesn't even seem like it's a weekend because all I got to do tomorrow is like pick up frozen dog shit, hang lights, get everything ready. It's not.
Why are you still hanging lights 6 days
Well,
before
we're
Christmas?
having like a family Christmas party here.
You're still not ready for it?
No, dude, I'm like
Sounds about right.
barely functioning, So it's just like that's a shit that.
So we don't decorate this shithole that we live in much outdoors.
Yeah.
So a couple years ago, Krista was like, everybody else has got some lights up. So she found an extra set of older lights, and we would string them around the front porch, up and down the beams, down the railings, back up, over, zip tie everything. And the last 2 years we've been doing it, it's been -4. And
Yeah.
you're trying to do it barehanded, and I'm trying to fucking get zip ties, and I'm fucking shaking because it's so goddamn cold. And so this year we're like, all right, we should, it's been on the fucking fridge on the list to do. Hang up the outside lights. All right, Chris is like, hey, when are we gonna hang them up? Listen, you work from home. You're busy all day.
Sure.
You tell me when you have 45 minutes. Let's do this. They're right outside the door in the garage. I can grab them in 2 seconds. I can run the extension cord in 5 seconds. I can wrap everything up. She already got the fucking timer for them, so they're not on 24 hours a day for 3 months.
Yeah, that's true.
She wouldn't go outside and unplug them during the day. Just leave them on. Let that meter spin.
We use
So-
the solar thing. It's like, hey, it's dark now. Bang. Yeah, I do that early. I'm not good at decorating, and I take no pride in decorating. Like some people really get into it. I don't give a flying fuck about it. I just don't.
either. So this year, and then it's been on the board, and Chris is like, today, she's like, I don't think we're gonna put them up for a week. I'm like, you act like all the Christmas shit comes down on the 26th. It's up until Valentine's Day.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't give a fuck if you want me to put them up, but I'm not doing it tomorrow in a blizzard. So I'm like, fuck it this year. I mean, I was half tempted the other day to run the extension cord to the front porch, and this pile of lights is in a big fucking ball.
Just light 'em
and
up.
just fucking plug it in and just leave it there. And just watch her call me every name in a book. And then I'm just going to walk through the house going,
Yeah. It's the Christmas tangle. It's my sisters have a fun thing that I didn't even catch on that they did. But when they decorate the tree every year with my mom, and sometimes I'm there, sometimes I'm not, like sometimes when my sister comes in a little early, they decorate and we come in Christmas Day or whatever. They will go and find meaningless shit and put it in the tree. And if my mom doesn't catch it, the meaningless shit becomes an ornament. So they have a sponge that they hid 6 years ago from the kitchen that is now the Christmas sponge.
Wow, how great does that thing smell?
Yeah, it smells like Courtney Love's vagina. Like this tree smells like AIDS. What kind of plastic is this? Is this a latex tree?
I think something's burning.
Yeah, so I don't take much pride into. I do love walking into a place when it's Christmassy. You go to some sort of lodge and they got the fucking thing on the mantle that looks like it snowed. They got the fucking candles lit. And you're like, okay, it's kind of Christmassy in here. I dig that.
It is just simple, not overdone.
Yes, yeah.
I don't want it. I mean, Griswold, I don't want that shit.
Some people take a lot of pride in it.
When we move and we have a nice house out in the country, and if you want lights around the edge of the house and down the gutters and shit, the big bulbs, I'll fucking do that. But it's going up the day after Thanksgiving, that weekend. I'll get my ladder out and I'll do that shit.
Hold on. He's saying we have no sound?
Turn your volume up on your phone, you stupid fucking Polak.
Let's see. if he just derailed this just amazing content. And who knows? It probably is broken. Fucking idiot. Just amazing.
He's been watching this long, and now he realizes that there's no sound.
It's on nose. This is a problem when you have friends that are old. You know, they just don't know how to do shit. I got this friend. I'm working out, and he calls me at the gym because he doesn't know things about his computer. It's on nose. This is a problem when you have friends that are old.
See? Sound.
I don't know how to do shit. I got this
sound. We got sound.
I'm working out.
Thanks, Haz.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah, I'll be working out, and I'll just get this call from my really old friend about some fucking computer that I'm supposed to know everything about, and I don't even use those kind of computers. But that's what you do. But yeah, it's so I imagine Ryan probably takes a lot of pride in decorating probably the outside. I bet you he's awesome at it.
Yeah.
But like if Ryan falls off a ladder, he just like I bet you he just kind of like
floats.
Toughs down into like a little snowbank, gets all tucked in.
You imagine if Haz fell into a 2-foot deep snowdrift and this is all you saw. His little feet sticking out.
His two dicks. His two huge dicks sticking right out of the snow. Yeah. I don't know. I don't, I'm a fan of the store Hobby Lobby. So I'm just going to go ahead and say that I'm gay now.
Wait, I was going to say, don't they hate gays and everything? Are they against gays?
Yeah, but I think
which one are they? They're against gays. Everybody's against the gays.
They're a very religious store. But you know what? Church is going out of business. What's funny is like you drive past all
these... Are they really?
They got to ship these guys that touch kids here. They got to take them over there. They got this. They got
Again,
that.
I'm going to go back to something we talked about before. And I said, at some point, this fucking stream of career politicians, these kids at 12, 13 being taught this shit, at some point, they got to get sick and tired of it and say, I'm not doing this anymore. I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
At the same point, this whole fucking farce of a religion is going to go through the same phase, right?
Oh, that's the thing, too. They didn't want to pay for women employees that have birth control. But then they weren't going to pay them when they all got pregnant and had to leave, too. It's like, pick your poison, man.
Yeah.
Buy a $9 pill box so this bitch doesn't get pregnant. So then you don't have to fire her for getting an abortion for free.
She's out of work for, what is it, 6 months now?
Yeah.
Just leave. And then and at least a month as they're getting ready to deliver this baby. So they're out for 7 months?
Yeah. I don't
realize
think
that $63?
Yeah.
Instead of $16,000?
Yeah.
Again, figure it out, fuck faces.
Yeah. And I get, like, if you own a company like, what's that one that doesn't, Chick-fil-A, they're not open on Sundays.
Yes.
That's fine. If it's their prerogative, that's cool. Hobby Lobby, not open on Sundays too, which annoys me because sometimes I feel very crafty on a fucking Sunday and there's no place to go buy pet. But yeah, I go there.
Yeah, exactly. There's the other thing, great. Where the fuck was this 5 years ago when I spit out a kid?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't have done anything more to help raise this child and help my wife. I would have just been drunk, eating or smoking cigars and fucking eating Jim Steakout, but I would have taken that fucking 6 months off.
That funny shit. So if this is why I don't belong in the world of employment or employees. If I ever get to the point where I have employees again, I will basically only hire 1099 people. So they'll be on contract based, and I'll pay for their insurance too. But you're a contract employee, because if you get your wife pregnant and then you say you want 6 months maternity leave, your contract is terminated because I need people that are available.
Paternity.
That's what I said. Paternity.
No, you said maternity leave.
I have a speech impediment, dude. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
I'm going to tell you one thing. I had a come to Jesus moment earlier where I questioned whether I'm fit to be a parent.
That's every parent.
And then shortly after that, I had a second come to Jesus moment where I almost texted you and said, I'm not doing a show tonight. I was seconds away from grabbing my wallet and a handful of cash and leaving. And I was just going to the bar and getting fucked sideways tonight. This fucking close, dude. I almost had the text written out to you. but I couldn't see it because the tears landing on my phone distorted everything.
It's so bad when little kids can make you cry. Like I'm a grown man. Like I'm a grown man that fantasizes about getting in fights because I kind of like it because I'm a crazy person. And my kids sometimes will beat me down so mercilessly that I have to go in and lay in my bed like a toddler and close my eyes and just think, okay. And it could be meaningless shit. Like, did you do your spelling homework? Why do I have to be accountable for someone's fucking homework? I either cheated or I did not do my homework when I was a kid. I'm trying to get my kids to do their fucking homework. And I gotta rifle through your fucking bag to see if you're lying to me? Fuck that. No
The
TV.
best part now is this teacher portal we have. Like, Krista goes on it every fucking day. All walks in the door. Hey, why do you have a fucking 33? Where is this assignment? What happened? She's like, oh, I did the makeup assignment and they haven't put it in the thing yet. Just wait, And then boom, the next day it pops in and her grade's fucking 92 now. Okay. Yeah. But that's the thing is it helps keep her honest about it. I mean, but Brady, this fucking kid loves to do his homework.
Yeah.
He's constantly coming home and after doing all his chores and getting his little shit done, he's asking to read his words. And then he has to look at them, he has to spell them, he has to say them correctly.
The old sight words, huh? Yeah.
Yeah. They're called red words now, and I don't understand why.
Because you read them.
Whatever. No, but it's
way to confuse these fucking kids.
Dude, I'm thinking the whole time it's R-E-D, red. I'm fucking retarded.
No, it might be. I don't fucking know.
This is why I should not be raising children. I shouldn't be.
I was lucky enough.
Today, that exact same thing happened you talked about.
Yeah.
I fucking yelled because apparently speaking normally to children and explaining to them why they're fucking up isn't working.
Oh, no, you can't do
Screaming and yelling and fucking getting their attention isn't working either, but it makes me feel better, and that's the whole fucking point.
Sure.
And I slammed the fucking bedroom door, the light was off, and I threw my phone across the room, and I sat there for 5 minutes, rubbing my fucking temples and watching fucking in the dark, feeling tears come out of my eyes, going, what the fuck do I gotta do?
Yeah.
What more can I do?
Yeah.
We sit here all the time. Women are like, oh, I'm so weak and delicate and I need to be, I need therapy and I need my girlfriends to lift me up, all this shit. Everybody forgets about us men. Everybody.
Oh, yeah. I agree 100%. Christ.
And I'll tell you something. My wife is a fucking saint. The last 2 days, she's seen me on the verge of breaking down, all the shit. And she's trying to talk me off the ledge. Today, like I said, you're like, where are you? I'm like, I already signed it. I was about to hit the button. She comes around the corner. She's like, can I give you a hug? I'm like, yes.
Wow.
Give me a real fucking hug.
Man, I'd love that.
She knows I'm this fucking close to putting the gun in my mouth.
Yeah.
She knows.
Yeah.
And it was great that she actually took 4 minutes to come down here and make sure I was all right. So I grabbed 3 bottles of fucking Fireball and threw them in the freezer. She goes, that's what you're drinking tonight? I said, the fucking moonshine's locked and loaded right inside the door. She goes, I go, maybe don't put the sheets back on the bed tonight. She goes, I'm gonna, because we got the waterproof pad. She goes, it's on.
I'm gonna make you a waterbed, bitch.
What motherfuck? At some point, man.
What?
It ain't all.
I used to have a 1968.
God, this is not where this fucking show was supposed to go tonight.
No, it's fine. You got to get it out. I used to have a 1968 Dodge Polara. It was like a boat. It was great.
The fucking snowmobile?
That's a Polaris.
Oh, my bad.
And it only had AM radio. And so, and I grew up with my dad always on AM radio, like listen to 550, all that shit.
Yeah.
So I would drive, and every time I got out of work at night, fucking Dr. Laura would come on. See, Ryan remembers when I got this car. I had $1,700 to my name and no car.
You were rich.
It was a tax return. Cause I had no car and I had no job.
How rich were you that you got $1,700 back at that point?
Well, I was doing kind of well.
You cheated on your taxes.
Oh, for sure. We used to go to some guy in Niagara Falls, allegedly. It's the statue of limitations. Fucking idiots when they say that. I know. It's a statue of limitation. Look, it's over there. Limited. So I had $1,700. I go and we were living at Hurdle. That's when I got it. And so I go up to Rochester. My girlfriend drives me up there. Go to Rochester, and I see this car. And the front end, I was like, it's whatever. It looks like a late 60s fucking family car. The back end was fucking amazing. It was just beautiful. And so I'm like,
yeah, nice.
Yeah. And you could put 19 dead bodies in the back of this fucking thing. So the only thing I wish it had was suicide doors, because it's the perfect fucking car for suicide doors. Bench seats in the front and back. Blowjob City, my friend. Roadhead, she doesn't even hurt her ribs.
What was the car in Entourage in the beginning? Was that a Lincoln?
That's a Lincoln, yeah.
Lincoln.
Continental or something like that.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So I'm like, I want to buy this car, and they were very, very religious. And so we go and we hold hands. He's like, I trust you. This is a car I took my driver's test with, all that shit. I trust you. And at the end of his driveway, we held hands. Me, him, and his wife held hands, and he prayed for me and prayed for the car. And I did like 130 on the 90 back from Rochester. I was fucking flying. It was basically like what a preacher, like an African-American preacher in the 70s would drive when he fucking made it. You know, when he was stealing out of the fucking till, he made it. Not that I'm just saying all religions corrupt, not just African-American preachers in the 70s. But yeah, so all I would listen to was Dr. Laura. And Dr. Laura's biggest thing, my friend, getting back to your fucking problems today, which are always my problems too, which are probably every fucking dad's problem, because we're not born with a fucking gene that gives you compassion. We were born with a gene that goes, you're crying, shut up, let's fix it. Like, I don't have that buffer. I'm not a sponge. So Dr. Laura's thing was, you got to feed and water your husband. So every time these women would call in and be like, he doesn't appreciate me. He's not romantic anymore. So shit. And she's like, okay, tell me what you do for him. Well, I cook dinner. Oh, you don't eat dinner? You cook dinner for the family. What else? Does he work? Yes. Do you work? No. What do you do when he comes home? And dude, she would break these fucking people down. And for London's wedding, I got them 2 gifts, and one of them was her book, How to Feed and Water Your Husband, or something to that. I might be butchering the name, but like, dude, she was a bad motherfucker. No, I didn't have it. It was AM, so it was like 88.
But you probably listened to that later.
Oh, sure. I don't know. What is that? What's Infomania?
Was that, Phil, was that with Dr. Drew or Adam Carolla?
That's Loveline.
Yeah, but I think it was something similar to this. Or Dr. Ruth, maybe?
Oh, yeah, she rules.
Yeah. She's dead, right?
Like,
she's dead?
It's not like, and this happens a lot too. And again, I'm a little bit different. Hey, Miles in the game.
Miles?
Like, I don't need, like, if we're fighting, I don't need get in the club and we're going to have sex. I'm not one of those guys. Sometimes I'm losing my fucking mind so much that I just want someone to go, are you okay? Like not, or what's worse is like when you're talking to your kids and you're like, but I told you to do that. No, but I told you to do that. And then you hear your wife go, okay, that's enough. Huh? That's the worst. Like, I've been with these assholes while they're sick for 2 fucking weeks. It's not enough. War and peace isn't enough. I got things to say, my friend. Things to say. I'm going to yell at these kids for the whole Hobbit movies. That's like 19 hours of yelling. I'm going to do that. And then, as dads, what do? You go in your room because you feel fucking terrible for being such an asshole. When you are justified in yelling. I'm saying you're justified. Justified. Oh, shit. Are you going to talk on this podcast or are you just going to text? This fucking guy.
Eat a dick right now. Okay?
I wish. Came here to talk and suck dicks. I'm out of dicks. So yeah, that's I do think when you're kind of having your breakdowns, I do think that most women think, he'll figure it out, because that's our job. We figure stuff out. But man,
problem solvers, right?
yeah. But man, I'm telling you, there are times where I just want to be romanced. Maybe put some Sex in the City on, rub my feet, make me a nice hot cup of tea, finger my pussy. But yeah. So Daryl was close to the edge of blowing his brains out, which is weird because I thought he was Stan's brain. Judges? Correct. No brain. Hey, bud.
I'm trying to fix a fucking problem, Chris.
Me too. Nothing's coming out the other end of the conversation. All right, well, I'll get into oh boy. Here, it should be the gene to not want to cheat on your wife. What does that even mean? And why is Gene capitalized? Are you talking about Gene Simmons? I don't know. So one of the things that came up, I had a weird dream yesterday. I'll get into that so I can do that. I had this dream about heaven, and I'm not really a religious guy, but in the dream were the rules of heaven, which is very strange. Like, so you die, and it's almost like that show. I don't know if you've seen that show, The Good Place, or something like that. It's got Forgetting Sarah Marshall in it. It's okay. It's a campy bullshit TV show, but every TV show is campy and bullshit, so it's fine. But in this show, this girl dies, and she goes to heaven, and there's like an initiation thing, and there's like, you gotta like go to all this other bullshit. Oh, jeez. So you go do this initiation thing, and they tell you like all this shit about like what the rules are, like how life is like infinite. You can live an infinite amount of lives, which is like kind of cool. You can like
a cat then.
Well, it's like people think like when you die, it's like it's game over. Someone turns off the lights, or you go to heaven. It's like you walk through one door and you can't go back to the other door. In this case, there's like a whole bunch of other rules, which kind of made me want to be religious.
How fast did you get away from wanting to be religious? Once you
it seems kind of neat, you know. It seems kind of neat. Yeah, and I woke up and just started like feverishly like scribbling shit down. So hold on. Okay.
You're gonna have to read each one.
Yeah, that's fine.
There's no chance of me reading that.
Rule number 1 of rules in heaven that came to me in a dream. So I, in fact, might be Jesus. I'm not sure. Rule number 1: you can relive your life. So you can go to this place called a terminal, and you can get on a train and you can go back and start all over again. Now, here's the thing to think about. And this is actually what a lot of like theoretical physicists are saying. There's an infinite amount of lives. And so there's you and I talking like this. There's you and I talking like this, and we both have penguin heads on. Like there's an infinite amount of times that this is happening, that life is concurrently happening, a bunch of different levels. Now, some days you might walk out of a door and go right. Some days you might walk out of a door and go left. That's still your life. So just because you go to the terminal and you go back to being yourself again, you go back to being born again, like I'm about to be talking about God, it doesn't mean
God
that
comes down and puts his hand on your shoulder tonight.
Sorry. It doesn't mean that you're in lockstep with every step that you've had in your entire life. Sometimes you make the game-winning shot. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you do this. Sometimes you do that. And your life starts to branch out, like the pattern in your life starts to be able to branch out like different trees. You live an infinite amount of lives starting at the same starting point, which is kind of cool. Number 2, you can relive infinite lives. Number 3, your soul is your memory card. So this is where deja vu comes from. You're in a building, you walk into a room and you go, I fucking swear to God, I've been here before. You bump into some person, you start talking to them and you go, fuck, I feel like I've known that person for fucking ever. It's because at another time in another life, you've actually spent time with that person or spent time in that room, and your memory card kind of remembers that. Number whatever.
What happens when your memory SD card is full at 4 gigabytes? Then what happens?
Well,
you have to go back in and delete, some pictures and all videos and
Heaven's infinite.
Messages. Oh, okay.
So, like, if you put an infinite amount of monkeys in a room with an infinite amount of typewriters, theoretically speaking, one of them is going to write Shakespeare.
Write a novel, yeah.
Yeah. You can live in heaven. And you can have a new life in eternity. So heaven is a place where you go, and
is heaven a place on earth?
Yes. Is that Linda Carlisle? Nice. So
I can't believe I pulled that out of my ass.
There's a place on earth.
I like that song.
Yeah, the whole camera shot in the video was looking down her dress. It was fucking awesome.
Add that to my list of songs to play sometime.
So you can choose to live in heaven. Now, this doesn't mean the old version of heaven where you go and it's just your family and your friends and it's all fucking great. Because really, everyone dreads about the holidays, getting together with your family and friends, because everyone fucking argues, especially when you're there with your family. That's not heaven. That sounds more like hell. Now, my family's pretty cool. Don't really argue. Got yelled at a little bit over the weekend. Not a big deal. But heaven has cities, it has mountains, it has lakes, it has restaurants, it has neighborhoods. You can actually have a whole new life in heaven with somebody that you've never met before. Yeah, go ahead, Jess. Daryl, go ahead.
Is heaven flat?
They didn't discuss that. So let's just say, for Chris Paul's sake, yes. Let's see here. When you want to live another life, you just go to the train station or terminal, you get in and you go. Now, look at the people throughout history.
So once you get on the train, it just takes you, and you don't really know where that's going.
You know that you're going to be you.
Yes, but you're gonna live a different life.
Live a different life.
It's just gonna fucking go.
And then you could
move.
You could live that life and as a baby get brought to the hospital and you get in a car accident and you're right back in heaven as you again.
Then you gotta go back to the train station.
You don't have to. You can go. You can say that was kind of fucked up. Here's what happened to me. I'm walking.
This is why you should not mix pills.
Or you should. I'm walking down the sidewalk, and I'm watching my girlfriend's kid.
Is this your dream?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I don't have a girlfriend that has a kid.
Sure.
That has a kid.
Fuck, as soon as I said it, I'm like, yep, there's a nice one right down the middle. And I take a drink of water and almost split it everywhere. Split it. I'm not even drunk. I can't talk.
So
much rage.
So I'm walking down the street and I look beside me. And again, we're in regular clothes. It's not like you're walking down the street in a fucking robe, okay? Not everybody dresses like they dressed babies in 1901 in fucking Manhattan. So it's me and my dad, and we're walking down the street. My dad is like my dad when he was like my age now. Like he had first of all wearing all denim because that's what my dad did, but because my dad was he invented Canadian tuxedo. My dad wanted to be the Marlboro Man.
Your dad was Denim Dan.
Yes, yeah. So and I'm like. And I go, hey, man, can you make sure the kid doesn't run into the road? He's like, this isn't my fucking kid. You're my kid. I don't need to watch this one. This is your fucking girlfriend's kid. And then, more rules of heaven came out. You can be in heaven. Which, again, think of it as a whole new world. Bright and shining world to see. Or whatever.
Is that a song? A whole new world.
So,
is it in a fucking one of the Disney movies?
Yeah, Aladdin.
Is it?
Jasmine, her
weird.
fat tits are just flopping around on that fucking magic carpet, and her line's like, "I used to fuck her," and you're like, "Fuck you, bitch." And Jeannie's like, Jeannie's doing coke, like, hi, my name's Robin Williams. So, so, yeah, you could choose to remain, and again, like you can bump it. Like I went and hung out with my dad in this place that is heaven, but it was you choose the form in heaven that you have from any form that you wanted to, any form that you had in any one of your lives. Sorry, it was hard to explain. So, but let's look throughout history and look at the ones that like out of the box really figured it out. Fucking like Da Vinci. Da Vinci had probably concurrently ran through that life and hit it head on. Like maybe he batted 1,000 in that life. He didn't vary off from the path. Like one of the greatest quotes I've ever read was, hell is when you bump into the person that you should have been. Like that's that person's definition of hell. So what if like you get to heaven and in orientation, they show you all the people that you could have been because life is infinite, this kind of like rewired it. But here I woke up, dude, and I wrote like notes. Like look, notes.
Oh, fuck. Holy shit. Why do you write so small?
Because I had a lot of things to say. Oh, hang on, that's page 1. Or that's page 2. Rules. You can live infinitely. You are not you and what you know yourself to be now. You are you. Your soul is within your soul is an inherent amount of lives. Okay, yeah. So went through that. There's life terminals. You can live the same life over and over again. Yeah, this is where deja vu comes from. You're not dead. You don't die. You simply return to heaven to remain there, see old friends and family, or go to a terminal and live again. Isn't that weird? That's a weird fucking dream.
And you weren't drinking when this happened.
No.
So that was one of the things I wanted to discuss too. Was like, that's why I said, hey, we should talk about this when we got on there.
Yeah.
You have those weird dreams. I mean, yes, people think that I'm a raging alcoholic and that's all I do. I honestly drink Fridays and Saturdays, very little on Sundays because I got to work Sunday night. But when you're, like you said, when you're on antibiotics or any sort of whatever, or if you're sick, you seem to have these most vivid, creative, wild dreams. Like you've never had them before. Like I had a little bit of like a cold this week. I think I woke up Monday morning. I had no voice. My throat didn't hurt. I was eating fucking cough drops, just soothed my throat, but I had a sore throat a little bit, and I couldn't talk. My voice was shot. I wasn't sick. I wasn't coughing. I had a little one of those tickle coughs, but it wasn't like those ones deep down in your chest where you're coughing up flamishing. But I felt fine. I wasn't throwing up. I didn't have diarrhea or anything, but I was off. But again, now that we talked about this earlier, and I had some wild fucking dreams. I'm like, what's going on here? But it just tells you your body realizes something's wrong. There's like fucking mind-altering substances inside your body, that you didn't take.
It was just kind of weird. Like I think so. Usually, like weekends are pretty like you go after it. I usually try not to drink on Sundays, but then Sundays, like drinking on Sundays is usually to just be not hungover. Monday, Tuesday, usually good. Wednesday, I'm like, wow, it's been a tough week. And I have, let's say, a nightcap. Sometimes I have like 3 nightcaps, which is real bad. Then Thursday, used to go out on Thursdays, haven't in a while. And then Friday, right back at it. So I started to break it down one day and I was like, man, I think out of, let's say, the 7 days in the week, I drink competitively 5 days, 4 to 5 days. Yeah.
Wow.
And it's probably not the best idea. I'm not saying it's the worst idea. I go to the doctor like every 3 months to get checked up. Like everything's like fine and proper working order. All my enzymes are enzyming. All my fucking, things, my triglycerides are like butter. Like they're like, yeah, whatever, 360, we can get that down. Where are they supposed to be? I don't know, 140. Okay, so it's like double bad. Okay, got it. He's like, do you eat a lot of bread? I'm like, no, I never touch bread. Do you drink a lot? Like a fish, you know? But what's weird is like when that's the only thing that kind of like gets you excited is to go out and have a couple drinks. Cause I work in this room all fucking week by myself. Yeah,
You don't even have a window to look outside, right?
I move my desk so I can look past the door to like another door, but it's like 20 something feet away, you know? So it's like
So what you're looking at is another fucking wall.
basically, yes. Yeah.
Imagine how you would be, because apparently what I understand from where your house is, if you look out the back door, like the one day you were telling me how Tanya was so fucking sick, but she went for a run, and you
Yeah.
said there's like a trailer or whatever. Imagine if you could just look out your back window, look out into the distance, see some trees, see a person running, see a family walking their dog, see a
Yeah.
deer,
Yeah.
see a wild animal walking by, and you're just sitting there fucking working, like, oh look, fucking deer, and you just sit there all of a sudden for 10 minutes, you're just walking that deer, and watch how you calm down.
Yeah.
I have road rage most days because everybody in Buffalo goes to the same fucking driving school, and the teacher's just like, okay, you pass, and they're all assholes.
Sure.
And I'm driving down the road, and I see deer on the side of the road. I'm like, hey, today we were out at Charlie Britton's house. On the way home, look at all those deer. He's like, holy cow, there's little baby deers. I'm like, yeah, look at them all out there. He's like, what are they doing? I'm like, they're eating grass. This is their time to eat. They're getting hungry before they got to go lay down at nighttime and whatever. And avoid people shooting them or jumping in the road and getting hit by a semi and becoming fucking stains in the road. But I'm like, cool. Guess what else I love to do when I drive? I like to look around. My favorite thing is to do is drive down the road. There's a dead tree. There's a big fucking hawk sitting there.
Yeah.
Or on a sign, watching to eat a fucking rabbit or a mouse. Something like that. I'm like, look at that fucking hawk. And everybody does this. They look up from their phone. Yep. Fuck you.
Yeah. We stopped the car. We're coming
back. I
back.
love watching wild. I love being out.
Yeah.
I can't wait for my next house to be able to have a room in a big fucking window. I don't care if I don't have one. I'm having somebody knock that fucking thing on the bulldozer. Put the window in so I can see outside. Please.
We do. So I get up and like go stand in the doorway and just like let the sun hit me. Because I'm just like, you know, I was like a social person. I like to like shoot the shit and joke around or whatever, be around people for the most part. I mean, some people are fucking just annoying as shit, but like day in and day out, I just work in here. So it gets a little fucking nutty, you know? So like, and then it's like, well, where are you going to go to unwind? Go to what, Starbucks? I don't like the people that go to Starbucks. I don't, you know.
Pretentious bitches.
Yeah, even like around here, like I'm in kind of like a farming community. I just don't, it's not like I don't like people that drink Starbucks. I drink Starbucks, but I don't even like myself. What am I talking about? But so I'm just like, I'm just going to go down to the bar real quick. And then I have a couple beers and then, you know, come home. I'm not like, you know, falling out of my truck drunk or anything like that. But yeah, it's so not, I think my brain was finally not like swimming in fucking booze and was like, hey, do you know you can dream? And your dreams are fucked up, dude. Yeah. Yeah, it was fucking weird. It was a weird dream. I had like a couple of dreams the night before where I just woke up at 3:00 and I was like, I'm never going to get back to sleep after that one. I forgot what it was. And I was like, well, I'm just gonna go on down to the basement and start working.
At work, we listen to like Oldies 104 and shit. And at midnight, John Tesh comes on. And they just play like a 2-minute clip of his radio show. And then they'll play a song.
Yeah.
And I'll go to commercial and I'll play another clip of him and his radio show and shit. And they always got tips for life and shit. And I'm listening to him and like some of this shit makes sense. And actually not some, most of it does. And I fucking completely just fucking lost my train of thought.
Loser. Well,
what were you just talking about a minute ago?
Like go standing in the sun.
Oh, the dream things.
Oh yeah.
And he says he leaves a notebook by his bed.
Yeah.
On the bedside. He goes, if I wake up in the middle and I have a dream, he goes, I pull the light on. He goes, well, I use my phone or whatever. He goes, I start writing shit down. And I can't tell you how many times I've had this amazing fucking dream. It's been wild as fuck. I'm like, I wake up, I remember it all. Like start to finish. I go to tell Krista.
Yeah.
It's like Will Smith shows up.
Right. Slaps
It's
you in the
over.
face in front
And
of.
she's like, what?
Oh.
I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
And that's within 10 minutes.
That shit is weird. So usually I only had this. I think my sister got me this. It's like 400 writing prompts, just to kind of get your brain working. Like if you're gonna go like creative write, you'd want to like get your brain working a little bit. But excuse me. But and usually before I go to bed, I read something. Like I'm reading a Neil deGrasse Tyson book now. Ho ho ho, who's smart? But yeah, this was just sitting there with a pen. I was like, I am just going to start scribbling. Fuck these questions. It just seemed weird. Like I even like the way that they were describing. I mean, it's a terrible drawing that that won't be decipherable. But like,
I can't see it.
yeah,
Somebody
but like,
else might be able to see it.
it was like the way they were describing. Like this guy was. I think it was my dad. He was like telling me how life is now that you're not. Now that you're in heaven, because they didn't say dead.
Yeah.
But he thinks like you think of your life as this linear thing, right? Point A, point B. Point B is you die. But if you were to take that thing that looks like a piece of spaghetti and turn it this way, where you're looking at the round part, you'd see an infinite amount of them. Like it goes on forever. And it's the same thing over and over and over again, but it's a different path every single time because one day you open the fridge and you have apple juice. One day you open the fridge and have orange juice, and your whole day changes from that moment. Yes, Daryl.
Is there vodka to go with that orange juice?
Yeah, one of my favorite lines in Bad Santa is when that kid brings him the orange juice. It's like, Santa, I brought you orange juice. And he goes, what's in it? Oranges? It's like one of the greatest. It's like such a funny line to write.
Like the other day, I mean, some days, I mean, we had the stemless wine glasses, so some mornings I'll just grab one of them, throw a couple ice cubes in it, and pour some orange juice in there, and drink that with my breakfast sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
Some Friday mornings, there's vodka in there. Some Saturday mornings, there's vodka in there. And I'm sitting around the living room on the weekends, and everybody's like, can I have some orange juice? Nah, this is Daddy's special orange juice. Why can't I have any? You just can't, bro.
Yeah.
When it looks like orange juice, yep. Smells like orange juice, yep. It tastes a lot like orange juice, but it gets fucked up.
Yeah. That used to be this one kid's go-to as a screwdriver. Because, like, you don't know what to ever order or drink or whatever. So, like, in high school parties, he'd be like, yeah, I just need vodka and orange juice. And he would, like, dump a half a bottle of vodka into, like, a liter of orange juice. And then
I always mix it fucked up.
Then 8 sips into it, he'd just be power puking against the fucking tree, you know? Like, you fucking loser.
I'm like, I always want to be able to, like, know that this drink's gonna fucking activate rage mode. But I'm like, I always overdo it. So I'm like, take sip, pour more orange juice in there, dilute it a little.
Yeah,
like,
why not?
Well, shit, that's too much orange juice. Glug, 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 more vodka. And next thing you know, 2 of those, and I'm fucking half a bottle of vodka deep. But, yep, that's a coping mechanism, alcohol. I love it. I love it. Yeah, I mean, like that fucking Bert Kreischer clip. I'm never going to stop drinking.
Yeah, I'll never stop drinking. I'll never. Somebody posted a bunch of fucking things, and I'm going to try to get them all. Oh, okay. Maybe I can go through this and show you my screen. All right.
What's up, Donnie?
This is kind of a funny thing. I'll have to read them. All right. So now I'm going to have to, because both of you and I are not cool. And I don't know what this means. What's the most down bad thing you ever did? Don't even know what that means, but you'll get the concept. Number 1. They switched school IDs, and when I got home, I started kissing her picture on the ID. Like, I guess this is like, what's the most like puppy love bullshit thing you've ever done? I guess. Let's just say that. Drew her in art class and beat it to that drawing. That's pretty gangster.
What grade was this? Because
I don't know.
You're a really good drawer.
Yeah, no kidding.
Because I'll tell you one thing, and I'm going to admit to this, and this is weird.
Oh boy.
But I mean, well, I probably wasn't the only one, and if I am, well, fucking sue me. But I used to draw pictures of the girls' butts in front of me in class if they had a nice butt and they were hot, like in 10th and 11th grade.
Yeah.
and
I can see that.
I can't even draw stick people.
Like when
So
Billy
for
Madison
me
is
to try to
drawing
jerk
Veronica
off
Vaughn.
to a picture that I drew would be tough. So that person is a very good drawer.
When Veronica Vaughn's
Artiste.
like, oh, or Billy Madison, oh, Veronica Vaughn. He's drawing her naked. And he's like the greatest artist of all time. I recorded her answering a question on a Zoom call class and I clapped it to it. It's kind of hot.
Ooh.
I found
That's
out
a
her
stretch.
This is fucked up. This is like too much. I found out her shoe size and beat to that number in my head. So like,
Wait, what?
so
She's an 8.5.
Yeah. I mean,
What?
yeah. I mean, have you ever like done
No,
anything with anybody?
dude.
Like once you smell someone's hair, you're past jacking after the shoe size.
Yeah.
He beat it to her Bitmoji. I don't even know what a Bitmoji is.
Come on, dude.
What is it?
It's an emoji that everybody was into years ago and probably still are now. That looks like that you can create.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's almost like a me character from the Wii.
Like an avatar type thing. Okay.
Kind of, yeah. And you can kind of, and some people they can make it look just like them. Other people, it just doesn't look like you at all.
This is my favorite one. I took a picture of my cheeks, his butt cheeks,
Okay,
and
thank you for clarifying.
busted to it while imagining it was hers since we have the same exact skin tone. So this dude took a picture of his ass and jacked off to his ass. I mean, I'm not saying it's gay. I'm just saying it's not gay.
It might be.
I'm just saying it's not gay. It's not gay. Sorry. Yeah, it was kind of a funny discussion. Like the dumb shit. Like Valentine's Day always gets me. Because Valentine's Day was like that. Like you'd hope to get a carnation from somebody, or all that kind of shit. And I had a girlfriend in like 6th grade, maybe 5th grade. And I was walking her home, and I'd saved those hearts. They have the writings on it.
The candy hearts.
I've been dating this girl for like 3 months, but it's 5th grade. Like now 5th graders are getting fucking pregnant. So but in the fucking early 90s, you weren't doing anything in 5th grade, really. Or everybody else was. I wasn't, because my girlfriend was a fucking prude. So I go to I hand her each candy heart with writing on it in order. And it said,
after you've had them in your sweaty palms.
Yeah. I said, will you? And then it said, kiss me. And then it said, please. And she had all 3 of them in her hands in that order. And she popped them in her mouth and walked away. And
rightfully so.
And I stayed with her for another 8 months. Because please like me. Please like me. End of therapy session.
Get on the couch, bitch.
Yeah. God damn it. I don't know what's wrong with me.
I don't think really anybody knows.
No. I mean, I deep dive a lot to try to figure out what the fuck is making me cook. And there's not a lot in the kitchen, man. There's just very little depth. But this has been a week of I just don't give a flying fuck about anything. I'm finding it. And it should be this is the week where you go buy gifts for your kids and your wife and all sorts of shit and your friends and shit. And I'm just just get a fucking candle. And, I just so I'm hoping for one of these days to pop out of it and be all right, I'm going to get into it. My luck, it'll be fucking Christmas Eve, and everything will be picked dry. We have one fucking store in this shit town.
You'll be that guy. 5 o'clock. Yeah. Store closes at 5:30.
I'm like, can I just pre-ring out $500 worth of shit and I'll walk out with probably 200? Yeah. It's I don't know. And and I don't get depressed around my birthday. I don't get depressed around Christmas because it's a holiday or all that shit. I do think the mark of a good Christmas song is laced in nostalgia. It's supposed to make you feel a little I miss shit. I'll Be Home for Christmas.
Yeah.
In the 1940s, World War II. It wasn't like I went off to college and like am finger fucking every volleyball player. It's like I'm in fucking Germany, or I'm getting my ass eaten by rats in a hole in fucking Russia. I'll be home for Christmas. You can count on me. Like, fuck. That's a very nostalgic thing, you know?
I hate all Christmas music except 2 songs. Christmas in Hollis by Run DMC.
God,
DMC.
Yep.
Great fucking song.
Sure.
And I like hearing DMX rap Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I like that.
Okay.
That being said, I hate all Christmas aside from those 2 songs. And here's why. There are 10 Christmas songs sang by 1,174 different artists that are trying to make it their own.
Yeah, I can see that.
Just like the national anthem, when you sing it for the Super Bowl, sing the fucking anthem. Don't try to make it your own.
Whitney Houston's was the best, though.
All right. So end it after that.
Yeah, for sure.
I think anybody to this day, in this day and age, right now, could agree that was the best national anthem ever sung.
Yes.
You are not going to top it. Nobody's going to top that. So stop. Sing the fucking song.
I don't get why people even tried after that. I would have been like, wait a minute. So, yes, I have won Grammys. Yes, what?
Keep going.
Like, yes, I can do, I can do it. But what you're asking me to, Super Bowl 26 now, you're asking me to go after fucking Whitney Houston during the Gulf War, when it was still okay to love America.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You're asking me to go and try.
That.
Sorry. I don't like any Christmas song recorded after like 1965. That's where I just get off the train.
That clip about that comedian, how Baby It's Cold Outside got fucking canceled.
Yep.
But yet, Cardi B can talk about fucking getting her fucking vagina and her asshole licked.
Yeah.
Was probably the best clip, and I'm glad. I mean, it's a year or 2 old. Last year, was it?
Yeah.
I mean, the video looks like it's 10 years old, but I think it was last year.
Yeah.
But he made a phenomenal fucking case for that. But we all knew it. And Adam Male said something on his page. I'm like, he said something about whatever. I'm like, but it's okay for Cardi B to talk about her asshole getting.
Yeah. Yep.
But a Christmas song got canceled because everybody, and I'm telling you one thing, this isn't people my age, your age. And it's probably not the generation behind us. It's their fucking kids who are complete cunts of society.
Oh, yeah.
Complete cunts. And I don't know where that went wrong. Because my generation, people that I grew up that are my age, are still the same way they have been, the way they were raised. Their kids probably fell off a little bit with technology coming into play when they were younger, where we didn't have that. But then their kids after that, fucking assholes.
Yeah.
Ruining everything. They're ruining everything.
I got in a little discussion with my sister about this. We were sitting in downtown Buffalo and at a bar, and I was just like, I said, like, it's hard for me sometimes, and I was trying to explain myself, and I don't ever do a very good job explaining myself. What it's called, I exacerbate it. So when I try to explain myself, I basically go gasoline, fire, explosion, because I'm like, I try so hard. The root of me, like the biggest problem with me is I care about how people think about me because I like everybody until I hate them. That's just how it works. Like I love you until I hate you so much that I hope you and your whole family die.
I gave up a few years ago, and I'm like, you don't like me, I don't give a fuck. I don't really care. I don't care anymore.
I can let
caring.
My therapist calls it.
I feel like Drake, or I think it was Drake that came out with that song, like "No New Friends." I'm at that point right now. I don't need it.
Yeah,
but I got some friends. Dude, there's days I get a text message from a buddy of mine. I'm like, just kind of out of the blue, asking about random questions. Just, hey, what's up with this? Blah blah blah. And I'm like, wow, man, we've been friends for like 25 years, and we don't talk a whole lot. We're friends on Facebook or whatever. But I'm like, you stop for a minute and thought about texting me.
Yeah.
I'm like, so at some point I made an impression on you that I'm
Yeah.
a decent person and you
Yeah,
know,
for
you
sure.
kind of want to talk to me and hang out. So I'm like, I get caught up in that every great once in a while.
Yeah.
There's other people. I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah. 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 It's I was trying to explain how I have a hard time because I think you should be able to say anything, within reason. You're not going to, fire in a movie theater, the N word when you stub your toe. Other than that, you should be able to say anything as long as you're not trying to be mean. Because a lot of times you're just not trying to be mean. Like if you're going for the goof, whatever. And if something offends me, which it's very hard for me to get offended. I don't know what could offend me, but yeah. I end up thinking, when someone goes, "Hey, you're going to meet your girlfriend's mom for the first time." And right before you get to the final step of the door, they're like, "Yeah, so my mom's mom died in a wintry car accident. So just don't talk about anything like that." And then the door opens and you smell the fucking dinner and you walk inside and the dad's like, "How was the drive?" And you'd be like, "We almost fucking died in a car accident." Because it's like, it's the first thing that comes out of your mouth.
Yeah.
I have a hard time with that shit. So like, I'm
that,
going through.
You gotta slow your brain down,
dude. Yeah, like I was just gonna say, like I was going through like a Rolodex. Like I'm talking and going through a Rolodex of what I think are approved things, and so finally I was just like, I have a hard time talking because I'm so worried that I'm going to make somebody upset. And she's like, "Well, just don't joke about things that make her upset." I'm like, I don't have like that
filter.
Yeah, well, and not even that.
When
Like,
you click the drop down, it's not there.
Yeah, and like, and I don't have that. I don't have the manual for that. Like, I don't have it. So I only know after I said something. So, and I was trying to like say it like I would never want to hurt anyone's feelings, especially my sisters. I fucking love them, but the same kind of thing. And this is no way or shape or form is directed towards them, but I do think one of the greatest quotes I heard is from Ricky Gervais when he was just like, "How arrogant are you to think that I have to change the way I am so I don't hurt you?" It's not like I chase people down I don't chase people with like one foot and be like, "Hey, you want to buy 2 shoes?" Like I'm not like, I'm not an asshole. You know what I mean? It's just kind of strange how some of that shit works. And I think that Christmas song was the same thing. It's like, but this is art. Cardi B is art. This is a song about rape. It's like, no, contextually, if you look at the words, I would say that maybe it's cold outside. Getting someone to stay, because it wasn't like a no means no. It was a stop it. No,
it was
can't.
Continuous flirting. Like, hey, baby, it's cold. You should stay and let's have another drink and let's have another cigarette and see what happens. At no point is like, put that cigarette out. Let's go fuck.
Yeah.
No, lick my wet ass pussy and fucking stick a dildo in my asshole. That's the number 1 song for 2 weeks.
Well, that's a third
where
verse.
the culture is.
Yeah.
Today, right now. I mean, these are no talent ass clowns.
Oh yeah.
The rap game and the hip hop game since the late 2000s is complete and utter garbage. And if anybody says this is great shit, fucking punch him right in the mouth. Fuck you. I mean, I can say that the 90s, the 80s and 90s were the 2 greatest decades music-wise, and I'm talking all music there ever was. Everything fell to shit halfway through 2000.
Yeah.
Y2K started to fuck everything up.
I wouldn't sleep on the 60s, but whatever.
Well, no, I'll even go back to that.
Yeah.
The 70s and shit. Like, even the old rock music and whatever. I can get down on the jam.
Dude, if you listen
to my DJ music, I put a fuckload of 70s and 80s music in it because the fucking beats are awesome. And you play them at a wedding or a party, people are like fucking hyped for it.
I don't mean this for like disco fever. So anytime you say Bee Gees, people go, "Fuck Saturday Night Fever, fuck that shit." No one likes disco. Early Bee Gees, fucking, they don't get enough credit for how good they were. Yeah. But it's because they got so famous with fucking Saturday Night Fever, and then everyone took a dump on disco. Fuck that. Non-disco Bee Gees they were a fucking great band. But yeah, I think that's the other, like, well, we also grew up in like gangster rap. It's like people are talking about fucking murdering everybody,
Yeah.
you know,
fucking hoes and shooting people constantly. But the thing is, the words had context.
Yeah.
There was, I mean, I honestly think most of the 90s rap music was true.
Oh,
They were talking true shit. These fucking bubblegum rappers and mumble fucking rappers today, these guys are soft as baby shit.
Yeah, I also think
but the thing back then is even though they were going hard in the paint, you could understand the lyrics.
Yeah.
You knew the words. You could sing along with everything. Today, what the fuck are these guys saying?
Yeah, there's something weird. So I was listening to radio.
I think I'm pissed.
And some bullshit song came on, and I was like, this is probably somebody's favorite song or favorite like relationship song or something like that, and it means absolutely nothing to me. And it's not that it was a bad song. It was an okay song. I forgot what it was, but it's like, whatever. It's hard to think that some of the songs that are put out now by like Tyler the Creator or some shit where you're like, this is considered good. And he's like this. I just don't get it. And again, like, dude, we used to say this shit when art dads would be like, I don't fucking get whatever the fuck. Is it a truck or a robot? I don't fucking get it. It's like, it's a fucking transformer, you old piece of shit. Yeah. So maybe we're just being like that. I don't fucking know.
I don't know. I think we got a little better grasp on it. I mean, my dad, like I said, I was in a house, we were forced to listen to 106.5 country music all the time. That's what I grew up on. The fact that I was forced to listen to it all the time made me resent it. I still don't like country music to this day. I fucking hate it. That's it. I do appreciate the 60s, 70s, 80s rock music. I listen to it at work, Oldies 104. There's a lot of good music in there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to be jamming out to it. I don't mind hearing it, though. I said I downloaded a bunch of that shit to play on my DJ deck. It's great. Great beats, party atmosphere, good shit, upbeat, and having fun lyrics. But my dad, once I started listening to rap music, turned that fucking rap crap up. And that's the first time I ever heard my dad drop the F-bomb.
Oh, wow.
I was listening to 2 Live Crew back then.
Oh, shit.
Public Enemy and fucking Ice Cube and NWA and all that shit. And I got lambasted. I was the only one back where I grew up listening to that stuff. Everybody's got fucking big ass Chevys with monster tires lifted to fucking shit.
Oh, yeah.
Confederate flag hanging off the back, American flag everywhere. Listen to fucking Waylon Jennings and George Strait and all this bullshit. And here I am in a fucking lowrider bumping Snoop with tinted windows and the bottom of my truck scraping the ground. And I roll in the bar and everybody's like, "What's wrong with you, man?" Like, fuck off, dude. I like different music than you. We all drink together. We all get along. We're still friends.
Well, yeah, that's the thing too. I think one thing that our generation did better was incorporating people from all points and not just going like, well, they're not one of us, so fuck it. Like, for some reason, people now take like feelings and fucking and pronouns and cis this and fucking whatever, and they lump it into this like shark and jets type fucking mentality when it's like, if you are a cross-dressing fucking dude that still likes to get down with chicks, dude, we went out, perfect example. We went to the Lafayette Hotel in Buffalo. We went to the lounge there, and we sit down, and there is a dude in a dress, in a scarf, polka dot dress. His hair was done.
Beard like yours?
I can't remember if he had a beard or not. Or she had a beard or not. Or beard or not.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You can't fucking assume that they're one or the other.
Yeah. And I don't want to say they. We'll call they a they. So, and it's not like I didn't get up and go, I'm intolerant. I said, hey, we all sat down. We joked around with everybody. And then they, I think they were just enjoying the piano music. They got up and left. And and no one said a thing. I said, because I'm an idiot. After they left, I said, I'm pretty sure there was a man. And I think one of the three people in my party goes, I don't think so. But it was. They were. And it's fine. Totally fine. I could have probably hung out with that person the whole night. I would have tried the scarf on. I love scarves. But nowadays, it's like, this person doesn't think the vaccines work. They're off the Christmas list. Go fuck your mother. I found some things. We can probably end this with a couple clips. I found some weird shit on Instagram. And this is going to fall into our...
You found some things.
Yeah. This is going to fall into our weird shit. Now, weird shit is everywhere on the internet because everyone just puts up fucking dumb shit.
It's the internet. It's full of...
But this one was kind of strange. This isn't necessarily weird. Hang on, let me get it a little bit bigger for you. I got a fluff. Daddy need a fluffy. It is this one. So this is a mom and a son. They're on this thing that's about to go to the stratosphere. And you can see the tension in cables. What?
Have you ever been there in the stratosphere?
Yes. So now I thought like the climax of this was that, obviously it says in the beginning, look at that thing. See that shit?
Fuck that noise.
I thought they were going to launch with this side and that was going to be fucking like really cool, but that was kind of weird. This next one is definitely under the category of weird shit. This one is something called combat juggling. Let me see, is that in the frame at least?
Yeah, it's in there.
Good enough, right?
Sure.
They're juggling and hitting other people's juggler things as a sport.
Dude, I don't give a fuck what you say. That's still... There's a lot of talent there.
I want to see. Look, I want to go to a match of the. I don't know. Is it
I would like to. I hope that is kind of nationwide, and we can find something like that.
I want to be the announcer.
And I don't. Yeah, like in dodgeball.
Yes.
I want to sit right behind all this shit and drink. Holy fuck! There's a bowling pin to the back of the neck.
It is amazing. He threw a bowling pin at that dude. It is. I could watch this all day. All fucking day I could watch this shit. Hang on, there's a chat. Let's see here.
Hang on, I got.
Y'all trying way too hard to be the best at a sport. That's a very funny joke.
Why'd you speak that in an accent?
Oh, because that's the way he wrote it.
Oh.
Y'all trying way too hard. It's hard out here for a pin.
I'm trying to figure out what he means by y'all. That means you all, right? That's slang for you all. A lot of people from the South say that.
It means whites.
Yeah. Okay. There's the eyeball. So that means it was.
Y'all get off my lawn.
Yeah.
This is. What's up, buddy? This is just really strange. And I'm gonna see if I can get some audio here. Let me know if you can hear it. Oh, hold on. Let me see if I can restart this one. This is crazy. So
one, Mr. Grinch, you really are a heel.
So he's drawing
with with what? A firework?
A laser, and he catches it in slow motion.
This is obviously chopped up in a bunch of different pieces, right? Or
well, he's shooting it in a high frame rate camera, and it catches it like that. How do you do that? And the guy's gorgeous, by the way. Hello, Dolly. Like to see him in a scarf and a dress. I don't need like that. I will never know how that works.
As soon as he shined that laser in my eyes, I was done.
I mean, I've done a lot of drugs, and that is like fucking impressive.
Damn.
That's just awesome. Yeah, that's weird shit. Oh, we'll do it one more time. Weird shit. Yeah. All right. Well, we can wind this one down. I don't know if you want to do another one or what. It's up to you.
Yeah, I need to drink a lot more.
Okay.
I still got some shit to get off my chest.
Okay. Maybe I'll go get a little taste of bourbon, I guess. I'll do that.
Boy. That's
I'm not going to do like a daddy glass. I'm just going to do a little taste.
Yeah.
Wet the old whistle.
Yeah.
4 fingers, just like my dad used to do. All right. We'll get out of here. We'll be back in about 15 minutes.
Sure.
Keep on fucking that chicken.